Welcome back to another episode of Decoded, a Lost Codex Podcast. My name is Jesse, and I'm the writer, director, and narrator for the Lost Codex episodes. Today I'm joined by Jeff.
Hello there.
And Zillions. This is your first time on stream, Zillions.
It is.
This is exciting. I don't think you've actually been on Decoded before at all. But
you're right.
Now we're here live. Guys, we're in California. We're in, where are we? Orange County right now.
Orange County, Anaheim.
We're actually within spitting distance of BlizzCon.
You'd have to be able to spit pretty well.
But, like...
We're in visual distance.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the spitting analogy, because that's just so close. Not that I can spit like a llama. We're like a 5-minute walk from the BlizzCon Convention Center, and we are 4 days away, and I am so excited. But we're not gonna talk about BlizzCon first. Actually, we're gonna talk about BlizzCon last, because you guys are probably sick of. If you're sick of BlizzCon, why are you even watching this podcast? We do have some notes to cover. I want to cover some stuff that I thought was interesting over the last couple of days. Let me bring up my documents here. I don't know if any of these guys have thoughts on this, but I know people who tune into Decoded have told me, like, you actually are my weekly PTR news info, and I'm kind of like, there are so many other better sources of info for PTR, because I'm very selective in what I talk about. But I've talked in the past about feedback and talking to Blizzard about how do you give feedback to the developer team without being an asshole. And this whole expansion since the beginning has been, we all know there's been a negative crap storm. You know, the community is pointing fingers and people saying Blizzard isn't listening, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I've been an advocate of saying, let's just be nice. Why do we need to be jerks about it? Why can't we just
spread positivity?
Spread positivity.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that doesn't mean you're not allowed to not like something, but, you know, God forbid we treat them like humans, right? And last week or the week before, Red Shirt Guy, Ian, posted an article about everything he felt was wrong with 8.1. The Dark Shore storyline, the fact that the Night Elves called Tyrande Queen, the fact that Tyrande says, spare no one, and then lets all the Forsaken live. Like, it just seemed very, it didn't add up. And in the last PTR build, all of those changes, all those suggestions that Ian said in a very diplomatic, polite, I don't like this, and here's why, and here are things that I would do to change it, that's feedback. Your game is garbage, and your writing is awful, and you should quit your job or be fired. That serves no one. That doesn't do anything.
Not gonna get you anywhere.
No. So Ian was like, here's the problem, here's why it's a problem, and here's what I would do to fix it. And every single thing he suggested was changed. And I have a very quick blurb here. Tyrande hates being called queen, so the Night Elves no longer call her queen. When she says spare no one, she kills like 90% of the Forsaken right there. And people thought it was a little bit weird that Nathanos, aside from being, you know, #1 shopper at Hot Topic and the edgiest guy in Battle for Azeroth right now, fighting Tyrande and not losing, you know, he's pretty powerful, but not fighting against
the literal incarnation of a loon.
Yeah, like, no matter who is going to, even Malfurion should have a problem with that. So now Nathanos actually has a buff by the Valkyr that allow him to stand toe-to-toe a little bit longer before she, I think, kicks his ass. So changes have been made. Other changes, there was problems with the Dwarven Heritage armor set. That one had a problem because it referenced the set being millennia years old, generations years old, and it came from Matarin Bronzebeard. But Matarin was around like 400 years ago, or 800 years ago, which is the lifespan of 2 dwarves. So they actually changed it to be the very first Bronzebeard dwarf who started the Bronzebeard clan. I believe it's the very first one. I actually don't know his name. I'm pretty sure they just made him up for this quest line. But they basically made this armor set not 800 years old, but several thousand years old, which is a good change. And then the other one I have, there was, the Saurfang choice. People were saying, and this is an interesting thing that I didn't think they would add to the game, but why must I side with Saurfang? Why can't I choose to side with Sylvanas? And I never would have thought Blizzard would put in a choice in an MMO. Choices in MMOs don't make sense. And I'm sorry if you disagree, but the story doesn't revolve around us. If you quit tomorrow, Jeffrey, and you come back in 8.2 and it's Naga, does that mean the attack of Battle for Zuldazar didn't happen? No,
It just means that I did not participate in
it happens regardless. If Zillions quits for 4 expansions, does that mean that Miss Pandaria didn't happen for her? No, the story proceeds without us. So in a MMO, like playing Warcraft 3 was a very you played. I said you play the heroes. You played God watching over the heroes, but you don't get a choice in this game. And I know I love choice games. Do you like choice games?
Yes.
But in WoW, there's no choice. You have the choice to kill someone in PvP. You have the choice to do quests, but you don't have a choice that impacts the story because although we are the hero, we're not the hero. We're the servants of the heroes. Jaina, Anduin, Sylvanas, Rexar. Those are the heroes. We're not. We don't actually matter. People are going to disagree in the comments. We do not impact the story at all. And the fact that we can now choose to support Saurfang or Sylvanas, cool. What do you think about that?
I like it a lot, actually.
Do you think it's going to impact the future of the game?
I don't think so because at the end of the day, the story is going to still end up the same. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, we are going to at least feel like we didn't have to side with the Dark Lady. We can side with Saurfang.
Right.
Things will end up the same way. It's kind of like in a choose your own adventure, but the last chapter is the same. Mm. It's just a different journey to get to the same destination.
That's actually a really good way of explaining it, because people who think that there's a choice in it, people expect, oh, well, I chose, so I have a chance to impact the end of the story. No, we don't. So, we're going to get to the same point. Whatever happens, Blizzard knows what's happening 4, 5, 6 patches from now, and I guarantee the choice to support Saurfang and Zappy Boy versus the Dark Lady, I'm betting right now, it's not going to matter right now. We can choose, we can have that importance, but as Zillion said, it's going to just get us to that end point, because really, that chapter is written so far in advance. So, cool, but I'm surprised, and I hope Blizzard does stuff like that more in the future to give the illusion of choice. But remember, it's an illusion of choice. Really, it's not going to impact. I wish I had that option to side with Garrosh back in the day, because that would have been cool. But again, that wouldn't have gone anywhere, because ultimately Garrosh's fate was written well before the Siege of Orgrimmar came out. So I found that was the most important news from the PTR, is all these changes. Blizzard is listening, so if you have feedback, just break down your feedback. But
feedback can work, but only if you structure it properly, structure it politely, and don't be a little bitch about it.
Yeah,
basically. Pardon my French.
Pardon your French. There's this idea that when someone is nasty on the internet to developers and says you have to look beyond the negativity and look for the message hidden there. No, you don't. They don't have to listen to the negativity at all. If you're a dick, but there's a message behind you being a dick, it doesn't matter. They don't have to listen to that at all. So, if I'm a developer and I'm scrolling through Reddit, I'm going to look at the blocks of text that aren't ripping me apart and stuff like that. So don't say, oh, well, the developer should look through hidden meanings. No, they don't have to. They're people too. Guys, we're going to move on to Beyond the Weekly News. Oh.
One other thing on that same note, having talked to a couple of developers, just in a conversational setting, I can say something along the lines of like, well, I really didn't like Siege of Orgrimmar, and a lot of times if you just say that in a conversation, they're like, well, why? They're not going to just assume, well, it was the longest amount of time that we've been in the raid ever, and I hated killing Garrosh so many times, things like that. They want to know why you don't like something. They're actually open and interested, very interested in why you don't like something that they developed, because they're developing things that make you want to have fun playing their game. That's their ultimate goal, is to make you have fun playing their video game.
They don't go to work trying to hate the players?
Actually, no.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
That's...
So, phrase your feedback in a way as if, you were having a conversation, you had the ear of the director of World of Warcraft. If you were able to tell them very concisely, this is what I think is wrong, and this is what you can do to fix it, they might just listen. And that's what Ian Bates did. That's what Red Shirt Guy did. That's who we're talking about is Ian Bates, Red Shirt Guy.
If you want
so
to
shout out to Ian Bates. You are a rock star.
Yes, he's coming to BlizzCon. I'm pretty sure. You better
He always
be.
does.
You better be.
He
So,
always does.
Ian, if you're watching this, good job, man. Good job.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
Ian. I'm pointing at the microphone because I can't see.
Depth perception. What were we gonna say, Jeff?
I was going to say that if you want to whisper into Ian Asakosas' ear what you want to have happen, like actually whisper, actually like use normal language instead of scream whatever you want.
Yeah.
Wait, not Sweet Nothings?
Well, that too.
Sorry,
That-
wrong subject.
Decoded After Dark again. Here we go.
Yeah.
We're going to move on beyond on the weekly news, guys. The point is positivity counts when it comes to feedback. Today's episode is going to be revolving around TwitchCon and BlizzCon. TwitchCon just ended. For those of you who didn't watch the last episode, Jeffrey and Zillions and I were at TwitchCon in San Jose, and it was all of our first TwitchCon in total.
It was an experience, that was for sure.
As someone who goes to BlizzCon every year and knows what a con is like, it was different. I was actually surprised at the amount of social interaction and networking that was there as well beyond regular BlizzCon, but I definitely had the idea, okay, this isn't BlizzCon. This is not the same, but it's not awful either. And we have in our notes here.
Jesse, was this your first non-BlizzCon gaming convention?
Do we count like Comic-Cons as gaming conventions when they're there? Like when
Comic Cons.
What about like Fan Expo when there's gaming companies there?
Okay, so if you're mentioning those, we'll just say yes, you have.
I'd say I've been to one, and so my experiences aren't that.
Okay.
I don't have that many experiences. You, on the other hand, have.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to ask your background.
I have been to a gaming convention in the Netherlands, but that's always 2 days. The ticket is $20-30, and you basically spend all day in line to play test video games. It's BlizzCon-like, but it's.
Didn't you go to Gamescom once?
I went to Gamescom once. You're completely right.
I was gonna say that's what
I completely forgot about that because when I went to Gamescom, it was on a special arrangement to like take a train, go there, be there for like the half a day that's left, and then go back. So it's literally been one single day, and yeah, I visited Blizzard. I did not play any games, so it didn't really stick in the back of my mind. Besides the nerd sweat and German.
The German.
The German nerd sweat is.
No, if you're a German nerd, I'm sorry. You are the one with all the convention experience.
It's true.
Tell everyone what conventions you go to. How many per year?
Well, I mean, it's not like I go to all of these every single year, but this year I went to PAX South, East, and West.
Is there even a PAX North?
No.
Oh.
There's a PAX Australia.
But if there was, you would have went to it.
If it was in the U.S., yes.
Okay.
I did some other things too. I don't even remember what they are at this point because it's been a really long year. But PAX East, West, and South, and that was really cool. And just as kind of an overall view of PAX versus TwitchCon, I saw them as a very similar event to each other, except that TwitchCon, of course, was much more focused on the streamers, and of course, having TwitchCon being held by Twitch, them being the centralized company of it. Oh, sorry, more pillow for you. Them being the centralized company, and them being able to be like they had their own keynote at the beginning, whereas Blizzard has their keynote at the beginning. PAX doesn't have as much of a. This is now the beginning of PAX. Gentlemen, start your engines. Be off with you.
Right.
It's just this is the convention. Here is your booth. Good luck with it.
Right. But some parts that were really similar was the expo hall. The expo hall in both was very, very much the same feel, the same look.
Sponsors everywhere.
Sponsors everywhere, swag everywhere, and we'll get to the rest of that soon. I just wanted to get all y'all's overall impressions of it.
Our notes that we have here are the good, the bad.
And the Red Bulls.
The Red Bulls are Zillions' favorite part. So we'll start with arrival night. When we arrived on the Thursday, The adventure getting to the convention center. So tickets were stopped being sold at 8 o'clock. Now, we went to the wrong convention center.
Let's rephrase it a little bit. So that wasn't a ticket being sold. That was collecting your badge. So
Sorry, yeah.
The con itself was on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday you could already collect your badge from
8 to 8.
8 to 8. And us being the amazing planners that we are, we got there at 7:57.
58.
There was
7:58.
There was 2 minutes to spare.
2 minutes to spare.
We showed the lady our phone,
Yeah.
and it said 7:58.
She still said
And
no.
she said 9.
We are closed.
She did not. She didn't even smile. She was like, no.
Yeah, she that lady had survived 8 to 8 of
Probably.
nerds getting their badges. She was done.
She was done.
Yeah.
Now, we did go to the wrong convention center at first. We rode with Bo. Shout out to Bo, our Uber driver, who Zillions explained what Twitch was to him and actually convinced him to be a Twitch streamer. He said he plays Super Smash Bros. And he's gonna kick everyone's butt on Super Smash Bros. He's gonna go pro.
He is?
So
I'm going to be his manager.
yeah, no doubt.
I think I gave him my business
You
card.
100% did give him a business card.
So if you're watching, Bo,
Bo.
good to see you, buddy.
Hey.
I actually don't see you, but glad you're tuning in.
But we missed our badge pickup that night, unfortunately. But we did get to go to that was the Discord party, was it not?
It was?
You mean the Discord party?
We got a sweet pillow.
Yeah.
It's hard to see. Here, you take that pillow.
You stole it.
Hard to see. Look at that. It's huge.
And it is.
It is legit huge.
It is like it.
It's like the same size if you have a Twitch pillow.
Everyone who went in to the Discord partner party there was got given a shirt, which we're not wearing right now, and a dope ass pillow.
Yeah.
The shirt is really sweet.
It is too.
It's like black with like rainbows.
Bright pink and rainbows. Yeah.
What else do you need in a shirt?
We got to meet. Who did we meet? We met a whole bunch of people. You met Sko and Dajari.
Well, I introduced Sko and Jari to.
You reconnected with them.
Sure, yeah, I
Reunite.
saw Sko and Dajari.
We briefly ran into Terps and his brilliant mustache.
Yes,
You introduced him to me.
we introduced
Yes,
Zillions
sure.
to Terps.
Yeah.
Terps has I believe he's got like a dad mustache going on. He's got like a really bushy
amazing.
mustache, and he saw me in a crowd and ran over. We talked for a bit, and we caught up because we haven't seen him in 2 BlizzCons now.
Yeah, 2 BlizzCons. I think we met. We talked in 2016 after just having started the Lost Codex,
We did.
and then in 2017 he had just had a child, so he did not go
No.
BlizzCon.
I saw him last summer when I went there.
He went to Gamescom, didn't he? And then
He's always at Gamescom, yeah.
In exchange for going to BlizzCon, he said he agreed with his wife to like stay home to
Look after the baby, be
Yeah.
a dad. But we did see him. We introduced Zillions to him. It was really cool to talk with him. And we met, I think, Katsuki from Wowhead was there.
Katsuki, yeah.
Who else was there?
Seraphita? Was that all?
Seraphita was there. I didn't see anyone else.
We were not there very long. We were there
No.
like in and out.
We got our
Yeah.
pillow and left. I was like, give me my
There were like eventually in the days to come that was like the first line. The Discord party was like the first line of the con.
Funny story about the line. We stood in line, and it turns out we had industry passes
Yeah.
into the Discord party, and
So
we didn't
stood in
need
line
to,
for nothing.
for the experience, Jeff.
Yes.
We stood in
We
line,
had VIP passes.
Yep,
We didn't know.
and we
Have
didn't
to
even
stand
know
in
it.
a long line.
and VIP passes thanks to Zillions for getting us those passes.
Yeah.
So that was the first night. Then TwitchCon happens, and
You may have seen it on social media, on Twitter and all that.
Yeah.
It was, as Taliesin and Evitel should say, it was a shit show.
it was an awful shit show. The lines were bad to the point where Zillions became line manager and was directing people in different. Hey, you have a badge, go over there. Hey, no, you go over here.
There was just so many lost nerds. I felt
Yeah.
so bad for them. I couldn't not because I wasn't doing anything else except for standing in line.
They were walking away from the convention center thinking they were getting into the right line, and it was like, no, buddy, you're at a distance. Too bad.
I tried.
You tried. You actually helped a lot of people. But it was actually so bad that TwitchCon gave everyone who had a Friday-only pass a free Saturday pass. That's how bad the lines were on
And
Monday.
Saturday they were open, or was it Friday they were open an hour longer?
They stayed open an hour longer both
Yeah.
nights, I believe.
And then Saturday they added hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because apparently people were in line for like 3 or 4 hours before like even getting into the convention. That's like half of the day you have for the convention. Like
especially when the
getting
floor closes at 6. To stand in line, get in line for 9, get in there for 2, and you only have 4 more hours to do something.
to do everything, and it is a big convention.
It is huge. So Twitch was actually really good about reorganizing, and the day 2 the lines were amazing. We'll just skip
They saw
ahead.
their mistakes.
Oh
Yeah.
They addressed them. They sent out more staff to help with line management. They had more than one entrance to the whole convention, which was really good. So you could enter from the 2 different hotels, the front and the back. It wasn't just one entrance with like 6 metal detectors that you had to go through. Their security, by the way, I don't know if you guys thought the same. There were cops everywhere, which was amazing. Every time I saw some that weren't busy and they were just watching people, I would stop to say thank you for being here. I know they don't want to be at a nerd convention, but I said thank you for hanging out with us nerds. And the security was tight, and I was really appreciative of that.
Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
Bag checks, a full wand of every person going in. It was. It was really good security.
It was almost like TSA level. Like they were thorough. They scanned you completely. They looked in your bag. And I don't have a lot of experiences with cons and their security, but I was impressed going in. Every time you went in, no matter you stepped out for a second, you had to go back through security.
And if you stepped out with bags that were too big, even if you bought them in the con, you were not going to be allowed back in.
A little bit strange.
Apparently.
They had a bag rule. But they sold bags inside. So if you bought a bag inside and then tried to get back in with that said bag, you couldn't. And it was like, really? Really, Twitch? But overall, what was your favorite part of day 1?
Favorite part of
after
day
the
one?
lines. Let's ignore the horror of the lines.
I like the Hershey's stand.
It was Hershey's meets Reese's. And you had to post a selfie on any one of their social medias, and you got a full-size chocolate bar of milk chocolate and Reese's.
Who doesn't like that?
And so we all did. And I said, I want a free chocolate bar.
But let's see. Let's.
I think we posted it on actual socials.
Did we? I posted mine on Snapchat.
And was that day 1 or day 2 that we went for the stream elements and their socks?
That was day 2.
That was day 2. Okay.
I was going to say, like, if you want to see a picture of us with our candy bars,
it's on social media.
I'll go ahead and I'll tweet it out right now.
Well, we have it somewhere. I think I have a picture still on my phone. We'll throw it up on social media.
I got us. We did the pillows at the start on day 1. That was kind of relaxing.
Oh yes, there was a
giant beanbag Zillions.
Yes.
My complaint was it wasn't a big enough area.
Yeah,
you had a massive screen with these huge purple beanbags that you could just lounge and relax on.
But I think you had like
comfortably.
you had 2 screens, and maybe per screen 8 to 10 beanbags, and they were big enough to like
have
comfortably 3 people on them.
3 people, yeah.
At least 3 people of decent size. Some people,
depends how you laid on them. But damn it, Jeff. So that was a great area, but it TwitchCon's exhausting. So I think there should have been like a much bigger area to have more beanbags. Twitch, please.
It was perfect for us though because we were the only people in that area, and that was the opening ceremonies.
Yeah, we were there at the opening ceremonies, and there was very few people there. Everyone. Was...
there was nobody there really, and so we were watching TwitchCon. We were watching TwitchCon opening ceremonies live on Twitch at TwitchCon from these beanbags.
Lying on beanbags.
That is very meta.
It was so great.
It was so comfy. What was your favorite part about day 1?
The beanbags.
The beanbags. Not the Red Bulls?
Well, that was every day. Every day was the Red Bulls.
Every day is Red Bull. And
to go into the Red Bulls a little bit, I made Jeffrey got me Red Bulls because he doesn't drink them. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I don't like them, but...
And so did Jessica.
They were handing them out for
free.
And
so did I.
There was a Red Bull bar with about 6 different kinds of Red Bulls, and every time we went up, we'd say, oh, can I... And they were free. So you'd go up, like, yeah, give me a Red Bull, and they'd hand it to you. So we'd go up, the 3 of us, Jeffrey would take one for the team, and then we'd put them in a bag, and we'd go up to another side of the counter, 3 Red Bulls, please, and we got the same ones. But the girl just knew. She was like, yeah, 3 sugar-free? Yeah, 3 sugar-free, thank you. She'd, like, look us right in the eye, didn't even matter. we honestly had about maybe 11 to 12 Red Bulls in the fridge in the hotel.
I don't think we had that. I don't know.
How
many
you
are my
two
luggage?
how you two were able to sleep at all those nights?
I slept great.
Is
Yeah,
a
me
mystery to
too.
me.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So the Red Bulls were
I mean,
a perk, we'll say,
Day one
mentally
yeah.
and also physically.
I'd say day one of TwitchCon, we were there for like a solid, at the con, a solid 6-ish hours, like walking and.
Oh, we were there. I think
We were there
most of the day, if not the entire day, because I was dead at the end.
Yeah,
same.
You guys had to wheelbarrow me home.
Let me just pull up my phone a little bit.
We went to a party that night. Where'd we go?
My favorite.
Sorry, go ahead.
Not to be forgotten. I'm just kidding. No. And my favorite was the. It wasn't actually just the Red Bulls because that was like everyday thing.
That was a collective.
It was just the expo hall in general. I love going to expo halls and seeing what people have, like seeing whether it's a game or whether it's
a new microphone or a new light or RGB mouse pads.
That was cool.
Yeah,
those were pretty
cool.
dope.
Yep. Or trying to rub elbows with the new person to sponsor your esports org or pass out a business card or trying
out
job.
new esports drinks.
Ooh, yeah. But
they weren't all terrible.
that was the expo hall for sure.
Yeah.
And day one, it was less. It was less bad because everyone was in line.
Yeah,
So-
true.
No one was in there, so it was amazing.
For us,
We-
day
we-
one was the.
We got in relatively early, so we had, for at least like the first 1 or 2 hours, we had relatively a quiet expo hall. And then, of course, the rest of people trickled in and things became quite busy, but overall pretty manageable.
Yeah.
If you, at any point, notice you're having trouble handling the crowd in the expo hall, you can fairly easily find your way back to the entrance or to another hall or whatever and recharge yourself.
You guys remember the scavenger hunt? We did that all on day one.
Oh yeah, the scavenger hunt was very fun.
It was.
Now that you mentioned, my favorite part of day one was the Twitch info stand. They had one big stand with various little islands on them where you could follow basically a small class about using bits, making friends with other streamers and all that. And most of those were part of that scavenger hunt. So you needed to go there. You needed to hear whatever the people had to say. And then when they finished their little talk, they would hold out a QR code. You scan the QR code. And once you had 250 points, and let's say that every QR code gave you 25, so you had to do some searching. You got a free T-shirt and some other
Mousepad.
It was a League of Legends. We got a shirt and a TwitchCon mousepad, and a bunch of other little stuff, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And it didn't force you to go around, but it gave you incentive to go around and there were the people at the booths. They had the QR codes, but they were hiding there. They're like, no, you got to listen to my spiel, and you're like, all right.
Don't you dare take photos of them. No, you need to scan it with the app and get out.
Yeah, the one guy was like, no photos. We're like, oh, okay, just do your speech.
Okay, sir.
I'm listening. So
I've been listening.
I've waited through 4 groups.
Yeah.
It was really fun to do the scavenger hunt because I've never done something like that, and I guess I have through BlizzCon with the patches last year on the backpack.
Oh yeah, that is.
You were forced to go to the different booths to try and get these patches. Only every visit was a tangible reward. While this, you didn't know what you were going to get. Because someone would say, I don't care about a shirt or a mouse pad, but that was the whole fun. Is all right, we got 250 points. Let's go see what we got.
Yeah, we finished in the top 100.
We did?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's cool.
And now that you mentioned, day one was also the day that we all went to the merch store, where we got this little guy,
Twitch pillows,
among other things.
And Z is wearing a Twitch pajama top. It's a Henley, and then I'm wearing a Twitch shirt, and Jeff is wearing not Twitch,
Nothing,
but a new color Lost Codex shirt. What?
Which is also Twitch purple, but
we're all wearing purple. This is if you're going to BlizzCon, by the way. We brought some of these. Just saying.
oh yeah, and they are really, really comfy.
The merch store was really cool because, well, one thing I liked about TwitchCon throughout the whole day was the way they recognized or rewarded you for being memberships to different things. So if you were a Twitch Prime membership, you actually got a couple of different little bonuses throughout the day. You actually got $10 off the merch store. You got access to a lounge outside where they had food and drinks and a little relax area. You got a little goodie bag that they gave away. If you could, I'm trying to think of other
affiliates.
Affiliates. You got a special pin if you were an affiliate. So they recognize and they often put like a stamp or a sticker on your badge to acknowledge, like we had a crown that said that we were all Twitch Prime members, and everywhere we went, we went into the store, the guy's like, oh, $10 off just for being Twitch Prime. I was like, all right, that's cool. And they had a lot of merchandise from previous years in a really awesome $10 bin. Like this shirt was, I believe, actually I read on Twitter today, it was sold at last year's TwitchCon for $35, and then at Christmas time it went on for $25 because I almost bought it last Christmas, and it was on for $10. Like that's a steal.
Yeah.
It's so comfortable.
It is actually.
I'm basically cuddling right now with myself.
Before the stream, I said, we're all wearing purple shirts. And he's like, I'm wearing the pajamas. I was like, okay, well, I'll wear this one, and Jeff can wear the other one. So I really liked how they acknowledged and took care of different, if you were an affiliate, partners got the best sort of treatment, and they had a lounge, they had a backpack, which is to be expected because it's a huge milestone to become a partner. Yeah. We'll get there one day. Next year. This year.
The next year.
Before 2018 ends?
Before 2019 TwitchCon.
Got it. We're going to do it. At the end of the day, on day one, we went to a really sweet party. Gearhawk? Was that Gearhawk night? Nighthawk.
Nighthawk, yeah.
Gearhawk. I don't know where I pulled that from. Z got us into that, and that was
in a pub or something. It's a pub-like location.
Yeah.
With
fancy drinks.
Buffet.
Open bar, buffet. Anyone on the Discord saw us post pictures. That was pinkies up. It was fancy.
And for once, the music wasn't terrible.
For once, they didn't hire the Hilton DJ. I'm not sorry I said that.
Wasn't the music just
music was
normal
like
music,
normal music,
live music?
Yeah.
Normal music at a normal level. Well, yeah. My favorite type of music.
It wasn't obnoxious.
And that everything was fine and dandy until I took an arrow to the eye.
Yes.
You want to tell everyone about that?
I mean, that's all I'm going to say.
All right, cool.
I'm going to leave it a mystery.
Leave it a mystery. Why? The pirate captain. So day one was actually exhausting. We retired pretty early. We got back to the hotel, and
was that the day we got? No, that wasn't the day we got pizza. We had eaten at the Nighthawk thing, but I think we
went back to the hotel and we worked on the next Lost Codex episode.
Exactly, because that continues.
That continues.
Kind of work.
Yeah. We'll talk about more later.
We'll talk about more in a bit about that special episode. You guys all saw the teaser for it. Day two was a little bit. So day two was funny because we went in there and we realized there was a whole part of the convention we missed on day one.
Yeah.
And to me, it's the one thing that's missing from BlizzCon, and it was the artist alley.
Yeah.
There was an entire separate hall of just cool artists bringing their merchandise and selling their crafts and stuff. And I was like, how did we miss that? Actually, you know why we missed it? Because it was right by the Red Bull stand, and we beelined. Actually, I'm not lying. We beelined for the Red Bull stand every time, and then we walked away in the opposite direction. We didn't look on our left-hand side because the Red Bull stand was over there, and we ran to that every time. So Jeff and I were like, whoa. I said to the girl, I was like, was this here yesterday? She's like, yeah, we've been open for 2 days. I was like, oh, so you're here Thursday too. Okay, we just missed it. This is awkward. But there was a lot of cool artists there. There were
sculptures.
One guy was doing sculptures live. Tons of pins. There was a realistic Pokemon thing. They had a whole meet and greet, so you can actually go meet and greet your favorite streamers in that same room. And it was just that felt more con-like. To me, that's one of the most best parts about a con is to have the artist alley and the private meet and greet. Kind of the feel that really brought it together as a con because there was the show floor, the expo floor. But
then there was like the hall for the community. The
community, because community is just Twitch isn't just about gaming; it's about everything. You can do crafts and creative streams and stuff like that. So it was cool to see that brought to TwitchCon. I said this not too long ago on social media, totally derailing for a second, but I'm talking about artist alleys. I think artist alleys is one of the things that's missing from BlizzCon, and I understand why. BlizzCon is entirely less about run by the community in terms of bringing community artists in, but it's a con for the community put on by Blizzard, right?
Yeah.
But I feel that with so many amazing artists and cosplayers and all that stuff out there, a artist alley would be really cool. I don't know where or how it's practical to do it, but I always thought, wouldn't it be cool to have it like at nighttime? Thursday is too busy. There's too many parties.
Yeah, too many pre-parties, definitely.
But Friday or Saturday, and I mentioned this to Jeff and Z in line for one of the parties. I said, "What do you guys think about like an artist alley at BlizzCon, but in like the Hilton?" And I'm still picking their minds. I'm still picking their brains. I want it to happen. Do you want it to happen? Can we make it happen?
We can make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen.
Sure.
We're gonna try for BlizzCon 2019 in one of the Hilton ballrooms. For anyone who goes to BlizzCon, Thursday you've got Calm Before the Storm, WoW Head Party, Blizz Nerds, everything all at once. Friday, Saturday, usually you have a Twitch or a Discord party.
That's not happening.
That's not happening this year. There's no Twitch or Discord party at all.
Twitch is obvious because they've just had their own con like last week.
I suppose.
Well, that last year was the same, though.
Okay, and there was a Twitch party?
Yeah.
It's weird.
But that doesn't even matter because last year TwitchCon wasn't in San Jose.
It was closer. Right? It was like 20 minutes away from here. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what the reason is this year, but this year there's no big parties on the Friday or Saturday night. So I thought this would have been a great year to have up in one of the ballrooms to go visit and see your favorite artists or your favorite cosplayer, something that doesn't compete with the hotspot of the Thursday pre-party, but also doesn't take away, because BlizzCon's already hard enough to attend everything in person.
Yeah.
A lot of people make the 3-day argument over the 2-day argument. So having it at nighttime when there's a counter to the Jeff is cringing at the idea of a 3-day BlizzCon because we were wiped.
I'm not cringing, but like the 3-day BlizzCon has been a hot topic for years. After 3 days of TwitchCon, I was kind of like, all right. I don't know if this is. It would be a lot to have 3 days of BlizzCon after doing 3 days of TwitchCon. That is
Hell
a
to
recipe.
the yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Disaster.
Blizzard announced it, I'd be like, yes, and then be dead for 4 days after because of exhaustion. But one of these years, Blizzard is going to have to make BlizzCon a 3-day convention.
Yeah, especially if they continue to develop new IPs,
tournaments. Anyway, because BlizzCon's already so big during the day with limited days, having it at nighttime, that would, what do you guys think? Leave a comment below if you think that it's a good idea, if you're a BlizzCon person, if you're a BlizzCon attendee. But let's go back to TwitchCon. Day 2, what was your favorite part about Day 2?
The Red Bulls.
That was your favorite. That wasn't Day 1, it was not so much. Day 2 was like, I know what I'm looking forward to. Same girl, by the way, we're like, hey, by the way, can we get sugar-free? She's like, yeah, sugar-free. We're like, oh, crap, she remembers us.
Yeah, basically. Day 2, it's actually the day I think I met with and talked to the most streamers and did the most networking. I also did some game testing without you guys. I did a game testing for an NDA game, so I can't tell you anything else about it.
Tell me right now. No.
I did an NDA game test. The end.
She knows secrets. She can't even tell us.
It was one that I actually had done game testing for in when I was at PAX West.
Okay.
So same game, Southeast Size and it was pretty funny because they recognized me even though I had an eye patch. So that was cool.
It's a feature.
It was a little weird. Not the game, but the eye patch part.
Was it then? I don't know if that breaks NDA, but was there any change between what you played at Twitch and what you played at PAX West?
They did continue to develop the game between the two conventions, yes.
And there was a noticeable change?
It was a noticeable change. Yeah. So it was really cool seeing those same developers again and recognizing them, and they recognized me because, I am such the extrovert and love networking with people. And one part was sarcastic, one part wasn't, by the way.
Which is true, which is a lie.
Yeah. And so that was really fun. For me, was doing that part. For me, was my best part about Day 2, was the game testing with Amazon Game Studios, free t-shirt from that. hooked these guys up with a free t-shirt from it too. It looks really sick.
Yeah, you did. That was actually a lot of the free shirts that you got at different booths were like, you got them and you're like, cool, free shirt. And then you looked at it, you're like, oh, this is a little bit.
This is a lame logo.
This is a lame logo. But the Amazon one was pretty dope. So thank you for the shirt hookup.
You bet.
Best part of day 2 was exploring the art hall. And anyone who tuned into our live stream on Instagram, we walked through there, and I think we ended at the Red Bull booth. That's actually where the stream ended. Now that I think about that, and that was really cool. We kind of saw the same stuff over. We'd already seen a lot of the stuff that day, but we a couple more opportunities to network and to talk to people. And nothing else really happened that day.
It was a shorter day for us.
It was. It was.
Yeah. My favorite part for day 2 was the artist alley as well, because there was some really nice posters, pins, keychains, like most of that stuff. There was even a custom like keypad maker that makes keycaps for your keyboards.
Oh yeah, I did see that booth.
Yeah, like full gemstone like keycaps.
That's actually really cool.
I mean, it's not my jam, but it's very creative to do.
I saw a guy walking around with a full chainmail shirt with the Twitch logo on it.
Yeah, I saw that guy as well.
And he does his chainmail art on stream, and he was wearing a full like tabard with the Twitch logo on it, purple and silver. But like it was double layer, and you heard him walk because he made a lot of metal sounds.
Yeah.
And I heard him saying loud that he does this stuff on stream. And I just thought, like, man, that's really cool to see all these people here. Seeing some artists at a con, that's cool. They get to support them. But seeing these people like, oh, hey, I tune in and I watch your stuff, and now I get to buy stuff from you in person. That was a little bit of a connection that isn't at other cons. That I thought I actually wish the artist alley was a little bit bigger. I think that
it was big enough, but it would have been nice if
there was more.
The meet and greet area, if that was like in a totally different area, and that space was used for the artist alley as well.
Half the hall was meet and greet, half the hall was artist alley, and honestly, every time we walked by the meet and greet, 90% of that room was empty. There was people up meeting the streamers, but the amount of room that they had for the lines, and I guess they prepped for the lines there, not outside. It seemed wrong place. So I hope the problem with TwitchCon is the location changes every year. So it's not like BlizzCon where they can lock in and then spend a whole year planning. Next year's TwitchCon is not going to be in San Jose. Well, I mean, it could be, but I don't know. But they change it based on location, so I guess they kind of try to adapt.
TwitchCon Amsterdam anymore?
TwitchCon Amsterdam.
I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Day 3. Day 3 was very quiet.
Final day, yeah.
The final day.
We showed up pretty late.
We did.
Because...
way afternoon.
Yeah. We showed up for our game testing with Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that was for us and Adam. Mm-hmm. And we had a lot of fun with that one. It's an NDA game test as well.
Can't say a word.
But, yeah, it was a really fun game.
Interesting
I
concept.
was really happy because I made a very good networking connection.
You did.
And got a business card and...
Dropped your name there.
They happen to
showed
be
your face.
hiring for a certain job, and
Community manager, so that was actually really cool. Fingers crossed, everyone. Cross your fingers for Z.
This could be it.
But we didn't really do much. We kind of walked around. We met a couple new people. Actually, that was probably the best day to meet new people because we got to meet your contact at Twitch, Anish.
We got to meet the community manager for Hearthstone from Blizzard.
Yeah, you guys got to meet Chris Atticus. I said his last name wrong. You guys got to meet Chris. And Anish.
Yeah.
Anish works at what does he do at Twitch?
He is he is the partner contact for Adam. So he's like a partner manager.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then the other guy we met was community manager for the Hearthstone team. And we got to both talk about the Lost Codex and stuff like that. So that was really cool. That was probably the best day in terms of networking with higher-ups, both because of Z, arranged to meet in certain locations. So that was really cool. Something we totally missed in the notes.
It was, by the way, that was a lot of Twitter DMing. Where are you now?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we would get distracted. We went to merch instead. Well, where are you now? Okay, where are you now? So that's how that works.
It was a lot of Where's Waldo in the crowd. Actually, I think you said that. It's like playing Where's Waldo.
I did say that in one of my DMs.
Something I totally missed that was in day one, and I can't believe I missed it, was we were in the merch store, and Z standing there, and all we hear is someone go, "Oh my God, Lost Codex," because Z's wearing a Lost Codex shirt, and Z says, "Oh my God, they're right behind you," and I have my hands in a bin. I'm looking at something, and I'm like, "Hello, who said my name?" And we met Ben. If you're watching, Ben, the whole Discord wants to know why you're not in the Discord. You told me you joined the Discord, and everyone's waiting on Ben. So Ben said it was really cool to see a fan jump out at us rather than say, "Hey, you should watch our videos and throw business cards." This guy saw Z's shirt and was like, "Oh my God, I'm a huge fan." And she's like, "Oh my God, turn around." And Jeff and I were, I don't know where you were, but suddenly you just poofed out, you just appeared. Like you crawled out, you crawled out of the merch bin like, "Hey, what's up?"
I was probably clutching my glitch.
Your glitch pillow?
We were really close to the pillows at the time.
Yeah.
We were.
Jeff was probably on the left. I was like at the edge waiting for you to dig through the bin, and then you were digging through the bin. So, yeah, you guys were like, phew.
And we got to talk to him, and
we've been summoned.
We didn't realize he actually didn't realize we did podcasts, so he said he's going to tune in and listen to those. So it was cool to meet some fans at TwitchCon, and hopefully we get to meet a couple more at BlizzCon coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Also on day 3, I have to throw out there, I met someone named Zillions.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I met someone.
There was this table where people just like could dump their own business cards, and like basically TwitchCon, because it's a con for streamers and for people who have their own brand and on their content creators, everybody and their dog has business cards there. So
the dogs too.
Yeah.
And so Z threw her business card on the table.
Really quick, I didn't.
You didn't?
Because mine has my phone number on it.
Oh yeah, that is.
Oh, you did.
But I was standing there while people were looking, and there was a girl that was asking, "So you guys just put your business cards on there, and like you take some too?" And someone else had answered, "Yeah, that's what you do." And she's like, "I don't know if you're trolling me or not." So I chimed in, trying to. I don't know why. I'm like this white knight nice guy. I was like, "Yes, that's what you do. It's fine. That's how it works."
Table manager.
And then
table manager.
And then their eyes locked, and they saw each other's badge, and they were like, "Wait, what?"
She checked out my badge. She was like, "Oh my God, your name is Zillions?" Or yes, I'm like, "Yes, my real name is Zillions." I was like, "Yeah, I'm Zillions on Twitch." She was like, "I'm Zilliness," and we were both like, "Oh my God!" And so we exchanged business cards for reals, and did some for reals networking instead of some on the table networking.
Just for the record, we did not find the Lost Codex, so wherever he was at TwitchCon, we did not find him.
There's a Twitch channel out there that has the Lost Codex as their Twitch channel. We're Lost Codex lore. So Lost Codex, where are you, buddy? We were hoping to talk with you at BlizzCon. Actually, I threw my business cards and I kept throwing them on the table, and they were being picked up instantly. People were like, "Oh, this is cool," and I was just like,
because it's 3D.
It was the book.
It's a little book design still is one of our more inspired designs.
Ingenious.
Despite the horror story behind it, but we won't go into that. Overall, day 3 was quiet. It was shorter.
You could definitely see like people both in terms of stand holders, attendees, security. They were all like, "Okay, it's been 2 busy days now, 2.5, 3. I'm done. Are we done yet? Are we done?"
I think actually when you bought the first 2 days of TwitchCon, you got the 3rd day free, because the 3rd day was kind of a, I don't want to say use the word throwaway day, but it was...
Yeah, you definitely don't get the full TwitchCon experience if you only go the last day. That's for sure.
I mean, that was the price. 3-day pass was the same price as buying 2 passes. 2 days. Right.
So they basically got the 3rd day free.
Yeah.
Overall, I think TwitchCon was a really cool experience. I'm definitely interested in going again because I know what to expect now.
Yeah.
The networking potential was huge, and the learning potential at all the booths there was huge as well. So I'd definitely like to do more of that in the future. So TwitchCon 2019, maybe we'll be back.
Yeah.
No promises.
What do you
We'll
think
see
that
where
you-
it is and when and what we can do.
If it's here in Anaheim and it's the beginning before BlizzCon, sure, we'll be here.
Right. What do you think you missed? Like, what did you not get to go to or do? Wanted to do?
I didn't get to see any panels.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't do research on the panels. And the panel room was huge. I don't want to say I didn't find an incentive, but I'll be honest, I didn't look at the panel names, but I guess I didn't know what to expect from the panels. I knew it wouldn't be WoW panels, I knew it wouldn't be the Overwatch panels, BlizzCon panels. So I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't like, is it going to be like a TED Talk? Is it going to be there's a cringy video going on the internet with some streamer answering some questions, and it's like, do I have to deal with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that is a pretty big difference between TwitchCon and BlizzCon. BlizzCon is all about the Blizzard games and the Blizzard community. TwitchCon is...
You could have anyone up on stage on their own panel, and that was kind of like...
And it's very much about the cult of the self, about selling yourself, selling your character, like...
Your stream.
Your stream.
They literally let anyone up there.
Yeah.
Anyone. So, to me, I didn't do the research, but I didn't find the incentive to look. And maybe in the future, now that I've seen what the rest of the con is, maybe I'll have all right, let's see, what am I missing? What in the panels?
Yeah, well, I hope at least that those panels were recorded. It could be
reference
Twitch.
to at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you think you missed?
I was going to say the same thing, actually. Like, I actually had researched the panels, and there was so many that I wanted to go to, many of which conflicted with each other.
Right.
I mean, being more of a manager sense, there was a lot about monetization and legal issues with streams and things that would have made me a better manager. But I'm looking forward to and hoping that there are Twitch VODs of them, because I would still really like to go see them.
Yeah.
And there was some with people like Lore had one about playing your character
That
and
is
not the
the
game.
community manager Lore from Blizzard, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, not Lost Codex Lore, but Devil Lore. And so I wanted to go see his panel. And also some panels that were done. Enrage Gaming was doing a panel about the couple who stays together, and they're a really nice group of people, so I wanted to go see their panel.
Jeffrey, what do you think you missed?
I'm gonna have to go with your answers too, but the panels, because
We didn't go to any panels. We failed. Sorry, Twitch.
but and we saw most of. I think the only thing we missed was like the panels and the Fortnite hall, and I'm not too.
There was a Fortnite hall?
There was a whole hall dedicated to Fortnite.
And wasn't there also something Nerf, or there is something Nerf at BlizzCon too this year? But I think there was also something at TwitchCon. We did not go there, and well, yeah, Fortnite is huge. I have never played it. I am not into that community at all, so I don't feel like I missed anything.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Whoops. Pulling up the map
Look
here.
at the size of the Fortnite hall.
Good God.
Wow.
So the Fortnite hall is almost as big. That's about half the size of the Expo hall.
Damn.
Maybe a third of the Expo hall size. But Fortnite is huge. I saw a lot of like 8 to 15-year-olds carrying Fortnite badges.
Yep. Yeah.
That Fortnite bags, which was the swag from the Fortnite hall, and that's about appropriate for the audience for Fortnite.
Yeah.
And we got some blue cards that have Fortnite skins,
We do.
which are going to be worth a lot to some 8 to 14-year-olds.
Oh my. There is going to be fights. There's going to be fights at so many elementary schools, you wouldn't even believe it.
Gonna be beating each other up for those codes.
Yeah. So there's that.
I think we should move on to BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
TwitchCon was fun, but it's not BlizzCon. And actually, the amount of people we talked about BlizzCon a lot at TwitchCon, because we were at least at one point during the day, one of us was wearing a BlizzCon shirt.
Yeah.
And we had people going, "Oh, are you going next week?" And we went, "Yeah." And we just derailed into hyping up BlizzCon. And again, after being to TwitchCon, BlizzCon is a totally different convention where it's about the people and it's about the community, but it just seems more closer and more. And maybe it's because we are Blizzard gamers. You know, if I was a Fortnite player, maybe I would be attracted to TwitchCon more, but
Fortnite Con? Oh,
Fortnite Con, oh no.
Oh no. There are not enough babysitters in the world.
No, true.
I'm
Got it.
stopping. I'm stopping.
Got him. I think. Sorry, that was funny. BlizzCon is just unlike anything out there, and I think that TwitchCon has that community feel, but it's not as strong as the Blizzard community, or the BlizzCon community rather. So I'm super excited. You guys have heard me talk about BlizzCon for 2 weeks, but you haven't heard them talk about BlizzCon. So what is the one thing? I know exactly where your answer is going to go. What is the one thing you're looking forward to the most at BlizzCon in terms of announcements or your speculation on certain things?
You're baiting me. Okay.
Hook.
I'm really looking forward to. They have to make some sort of announcement for pet battles. They have to.
Because
my ideal situation is them making the Pokemon Go version.
Oh.
Or the Warcraft version of Pokemon Go. I want to pet battle on my mobile.
So you're saying you want to be the very best like no one ever was.
Exactly.
In Azeroth.
Exactly. So that's my, I guess, prediction or hope or foil hat or dream.
I mean, could be that
what will happen.
I don't think they've like really updated or changed that system since its inception.
They really haven't too much. I mean, they added, I don't know if you remember 2 years ago, but in the Q&A, there was someone that asked about pet battle updates. And that's when Ian looked her lovingly in the eye
and said, no.
And said, pet battle dungeons. And that's been the latest update to pet battles.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Was the addition of pet battle dungeons. So we are getting pet battle dungeons. We already know that. We're getting more pet battle dungeons added. But other than that, I'm hoping, at least, increase the pet level cap, add another level of rarity, make something else interesting about pet battles. If not, put it on mobile and let me play on my phone.
Oh, was that not you who asked the question to Ian?
It was me that asked the question to Ian. if anyone didn't get that reference.
Jeff, what are you looking forward to the most?
In terms of announcements,
say it.
At least for World of Warcraft.
Just say it. Just say it. We all know what you want to say. Bait. Tell us your allied race, Hope.
Junker Gnomes.
Junker Gnomes.
There have been some rumors. I have not. I don't have them right on top of my head, like exactly what they were, but things are pointing towards.
A lot of good. Not even rumors. A lot of good suggestion in game. Like it's not even because you can rumor that Naga will be, but there is a lot of evidence in the game files. Not even the game story, but the game files.
Oh, wow.
That Junker Gnomes, Mechagnomes, half mechanical gnomes. There's the whole.
I'm not such a fan of the Junker Gnome title because it reminds me too much of Junk Rat from Overwatch, and he does not strike me as.
Is that a problem?
Or Junker Town. That's
Junker
what it makes me think of. Is Junker Town.
And that's.
Sing the song in your head.
I'm just picturing a bunch of Australian gnomes yelling at you with like Junkrat arms and Junkrat legs with Australian accents.
I have the little gnomes. I got an idea.
The Terran
Yeah, no, all I can think of is Terran doing that.
Oh God. Anyways, so Jeff really hopes for Junker Gnomes, and I know I've talked about Junker Gnomes. I think there's 2 thumbnails that I've asked Jeff to put Junker Gnomes in. For pre and Jeff's like, okay.
Who am I to deny my director what he wants?
Especially when it's an idea of like Mechagnomes, that's really cool. And you want pet battles, just any sort of pet battle announcement.
And what do you want?
What do you want, Jesse?
I want more information on future Warfronts. I want a new cinematic to pop of some kind. There's a lot of rumor that.
Well, that's guaranteed.
Mr. Terran Gregory must.
I'm not talking a Terran cinematic, though.
What cinematic do you want? What kind of cinematic?
Like full CG?
This came from the advertisements for Battle for Azeroth, where we had Sylvanas looking slowly up, and then glares, and then Battle for Azeroth. And then you have Anduin looking up, slowly glaring, and then Battle for Azeroth. Mm-hmm. Then Old Soldier dropped, and then a new commercial came out where Sarfang looks up, glares, Battle for Azeroth. There is a same style of Greymane looking up, snarling, Battle for Azeroth. And people think, is there a CGI Greymane cinematic coming out? because Greymane was only made for the Battle for Azeroth cinematic that launched last year at BlizzCon, but was there another purpose for it? And they did the same thing with Warlords, right? They had, Grommash, we will never be slaves, and then there was that advertising bit with Grom on screen looking up, huffing, growling, snarling, and then lunging at the camera, and then Warlords of Draenor. Blizzard uses those models from those trailers for marketing purposes.
Why shouldn't they?
Why shouldn't they? But what if there is more to the Greymane model that we haven't seen yet? So I'm hoping something for that. That would be cool. Okay. Obviously, Taron Gregory cinematic. That would be cool. A in-game cinematics 8.1 trailer. We are really close to 8.1. Like the PTR is pretty much complete. So I'm expecting BlizzCon. They're gonna just say, by the way, PTR game goes live next week, probably a week tomorrow or 2 weeks tomorrow. And here's the patch trailer. Bam, in your face. And I guess I want to see the future of allied races and heritage armors. Just give me all the visuals. Give me all of that. Give me the future of Battle for Azeroth, like you teased us with Argus at BlizzCon 2016. So that's my recap of the last 2 episodes. That's my predictions for WoW, at least. I could go off for another hour about other games, but I won't.
Yeah.
So, what is the one thing, Jesse? The one thing that you're most looking forward to in seeing at BlizzCon? I'm sorry, that was the question you would ask me and Jeffrey.
Seeing at BlizzCon, the one absolute thing that I would be specifically like an allied race, like a specific. Ooh, I'm putting put on the spot here. I'm gonna say Worgen and Goblin updates.
Yeah.
And to go with that, the Greymane cinematic that I just talked about, full circle, it's happening, confirmed. But I actually really want the Worgen and Goblin updates. I think that would be really dope to see. I think that with Greymane being such a huge character in this expansion, this is the great time. Galliwix is stepping up in terms of being a character, not stepping up in terms of anything morally good. So I'm really excited to see that, because I think that those players, especially female Worgen, which...
Oh, you mean the Chihuahuas?
They're definitely going to get new models announced.
100% confirmed. Ian has said that they've been working on them, and then in his last Q&A, or 2 Q&As ago, he did say, I really wish there were pictures, and if I had pictures to show you, and a lot of focus on the word pictures, and it was like...
Maybe like a motion picture?
I'm thinking like a... Or
no. I'm saying when we show you the cinematic, we'll also announce Worgen models.
like an expansion trailer, only with new player models.
Man, that is literally 3 days away. 4 days away.
I'm not ready. I am ready. I'm kidding. I don't know. I actually don't know what they're going to. There's a bunch of leaks out there, but I really want. If I'm going to say one thing, Worgen and Goblin models, 100%, with their associated heritage armor sets.
Okay.
Because if they're going to announce the new Worgen and Goblin models, they might as well give the new heritage armor sets with them as well, since they've confirmed that all player races, not only the allied races, are getting a special racial set. Dwarves and Blood Elves have been showing theirs. They look dope.
And for the Worgen especially, like getting their own armor set, which properly forms to their head,
to
and
their
muzzles
face,
and snouts and whatever,
made specifically for them. That would be cool.
A whole lot better than whatever it is their armor sets do right now.
We won't talk about that.
I'm also looking forward to... They have to announce what the next raid's going to be after
Siege of...
Honestly, they're probably not going to talk about anything to do with 8.1 except for a patch trailer.
Yeah.
Here's the patch trailer.
Because it's too...
It's too complete.
Everything has already been data mined and all that.
And then they're going to say, shut up, let's talk about 8.2. And they're going to launch right into 8.2, and we're going to get all the juicy information about whatever.
How we're going to go down to Nyalotha or who knows.
Or wherever. It's gonna, and then at the end...
sorry, not Nyalotha. This isn't... After all, this is not an Old God
expansion.
Is this their time to announce the big bad of Battle for Azeroth? Because next expansion announcement will be at next BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
So, it seems like this would be the right time.
So we didn't find out that Argus was the last boss of Legion at BlizzCon 2016, but we found out shortly after.
Well, we did find out we were going to Argus.
We did, which I guess is in itself is a we're going to Argus to, I guess no one expected, we're going to Argus to fight Argus. But I think Ian's going to do an end of panel thing and go, oh, by the way, in 8.3 you're going to this, and we're all going to go, oh my god, and then we can
get your
start
flippers. We're going under.
We're going
Ian,
under.
If you're watching this, which I know you're not, please don't announce that at the end. Do it first thing.
You think so?
Just saying.
If
you're making that kind of announcement, do it the first thing in the What's Next panel.
You think he'll do that?
No.
Talk about 8.2 and then drop an 8.3 teaser at the end.
Maybe, but
or like a picture.
Maybe.
Or like N'Zoth's model. This is not.
Oh,
this
wow,
is
that-
not.
They
that
definitely wouldn't put an old god model like just randomly in the middle of their slideshow for no reason.
In the middle of
That model would be huge.
in the middle of a faction expansion. It's not happening.
Right.
They announced the musical guest not too long ago. I think literally the day we arrived for TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Thursday morning.
Yeah.
And not just guest, but guests.
Guests plural. What do you think of the guest announcement?
I think that it's a really great idea that they have 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really pleased with the fact that we have a choice if we choose to stay for the musical guest part. I'm usually a closing ceremony fan, but I haven't really been a fan of staying for, well, I don't know. It's your own personal musical taste if you're going to stay for this year's band.
Yeah.
I stayed for Weird Al. Because
Weird Al
is
was
weird.
so great.
Yeah, and I mean, I like Muse as a band, but I didn't want to stay for that as an indoor concert.
Right.
So I was like, I'm just going to start partying early, And so the fact that I have the choice now, I can go to different venues, different areas, and I have my choice of 3 different musical guests. That's going to, 3 times as many people are going to be happy.
Right.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, there's still going to be people that are unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's 3 times as many people that are going to be happy than last time.
And I think it's a good variety too, having like Train, Christian Nairn, who is the biggest like WoW fan ever. Like I always see Christian Nairn posting on Twitter about how much he plays WoW and loves WoW. And Lindsay Sterling, like that's so 3 different guests that covers. I'm curious to see if this is a game changer for Blizzard, if they're gonna think about multi-closing guests for the future, because I think it's a great idea, especially with so many different stages at BlizzCon now being the focus. A lot of the main stage is at a different part of the con this year. Like same room, just changed differently, but they've started showing a lot of the presentations on different stages. So I think it's a great idea that they have three different musical guests, because again, it gives you the choice. And I saw people saying, "Well, what a waste of $200! You're not paying $200 to go to a concert. You're going to BlizzCon, which has a free concert in it." That's how I look at it, anyway. Mm-hmm. For those of you who didn't tune in last week, we do have, and you're going to BlizzCon in person, we have a meet and greet. By we, I don't mean just us, but Zillions has their own meet and greet.
I'm going to be sitting next to you.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
So you would have met her anyway, but she's gonna have a wall to say this is her own meet and greet, because
made of Legos. Between me and the person on my other side. This is me as an individual.
Just have a booth. Lost Codex is gonna be there. Zillions is gonna be there. Calm Before the Storm in the Hilton, second floor. Go up the escalators. I believe I'm just describing last year's. I hope it's the same place.
I think it's the same.
I think it's the second floor.
All right, cool. 10 o'clock. Pacific time. We're going to be there 10 to 11. So come hang out, talk to us, grab some cards, go look at the art on the wall, and then come back and talk to us again.
Get some merch, maybe.
And get some merch. Not at that table, but if you're going to the Blizz Nerds table, Blizz Nerds booth, party, that's the word I'm looking for. We're going to have a merch table there where we're selling this design in low quantities, but we have the new 2018 Lost Codex version, which hasn't arrived yet. It's arriving soon. Tomorrow at the Hilton, made by Say Silva. You guys saw the Kultiras and Zandalar ships clashing, and there may be some other stuff. Maybe some pins that I've shown. Maybe some things you haven't seen before that I've brought, that Zillions has brought.
There's going to be things that they haven't even seen yet. I'm just saying.
Lost Codex related too?
Yeah.
See, I don't even know about this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I told you there's going to be a surprise. Anyway.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Surprise merch for them.
Come be surprised with us on our own merchandise. There's merch I'm looking at right now that you can't see off camera. It's in the box within the box, and it's actually really cool. Shout out to Sage, but we can't show it yet. But it's probably one of the coolest merchandise pieces we have because it's a tangible. I can't wait to show you.
Gave it away.
Did I? Did I? It's a Twinkie, guys. It's a Twinkie. It's a weird.
I thought it was a Rubik's Cube.
It's a Rubik's Cube. We're not going to give it away any further. No. But come meet us. We got a meet and greet. We also have a. You're about to say something.
I am. One thing about the meet and greet that's a really cool thing. If you want a piece of artwork at Calm Before the Storm, which I know, like I think you did.
I think
and a couple other people did.
Yeah.
The artwork pickup is like right after our meet and greet time.
Yeah.
Artwork pickup why not just come a little early?
Yeah.
And meet and greet us, and then pick up your artwork that you won. I know that's what I'm going to do. Meet and greet me, and then I'm going to pick up my artwork.
There's also.
What'd you get?
Oh my god! It's a really cool driving in the car with all the Alliance people.
Christy Golden's banner with.
It's Christy Golden's Twitter banner.
Oh, is the by Fabelina the?
I don't think it's by Faye, but Greyman has his head out the window, panting. Valen's laughing in the background.
And I'm so happy.
I know the piece you mean. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I want a piece too. It's a really wicked, bloody Grommash piece. And when I was selected as the winner for that, I was like, yes.
And I want a gnome.
As Jeff
Did you really?
I did it.
You did. We all won.
Oh my gosh, we're all winners here.
But if you're going to Calm Before the Storm, friends of ours, Issei Silva has artwork on the wall. Kel Fabulous has artwork on the wall. This is Kel's art right here. And in our Discord, we have a friend, Handclaw. Arthur is going to have art on the wall as well. So, guys, come look at the art because at the end of the party, it's all going to get taken down. People are, I'm walking away with a piece of the art. These two are walking away with pieces of the art. So come see it before it gets ripped down because there's a lot of cool. That's one of the reasons I love Calm Before the Storm because it is a mini artist alley, and I'd love to be able to expand on that in the future. Not take that away from Calm Before the Storm, but like the whole artist alley, I always see that and I'm like, man, I can at least appreciate the community art here. And nowhere else for BlizzCon. So come see the...
Yeah, and Calm Before the Storm is really a party for the fans, by the fans.
That's exactly it.
Wowhead is maybe a little bit more industrial, you could say.
Not like I don't want to use the word corporate, but like we know Wowhead is the like go-to for WoW news. So they put on the big BlizzCon party, while Calm Before the Storm is put on by fans for the fans kind of thing. And that's not to say that, Wowheads is more, serious and top notch. It's two totally different parties.
They each have their own little segment of fans.
They do, yeah.
And you can mingle in and out.
And they're actually within the same building. So
and most people go to both. Yeah, honestly.
Go to the Wowhead party, go to the BlizzNerds party, buy some sweet Lost Codex merch, and then go to Calm Before the Storm. And then go back to the Wowhead party. Wowhead party, they're going to have a bunch of meet and greets. I know Taryn Gregory is going to have a meet and greet at both Calm Before the Storm and Wowhead.
I think Jesse Cox is also at
Jesse
Wowhead.
Cox is doing that.
Michelle Morrow?
I don't know. Maybe. She has Calm Before the Storm, I know.
Sorry, I think I'm thinking about Warcraft Gen, maybe, and Bashira.
They're at Calm Before the Storm as well. Christy Golden's at both, so that's pretty cool. Our friend Diva Marie, she's going to be at both as well. Just go see everyone. Just go to every meet and greet you possibly can.
Yeah, Thursday night is the night to definitely not sleep in early.
Don't go get your badge late on Thursday night.
No.
Like, don't wait. Don't skip out of getting your badge. Don't get there at 7:58 and then get turned away and go to the wrong convention center. But after you get your badge, throw your badge in your room or just go right to the parties. Because the parties, that's one. A lot of people miss the parties because they don't know about it, or they'll be like, oh, there's probably a lot of people there. Yeah, there's a lot of people there, but you get to meet new friends. You get to talk to awesome people. That's where the connections happen.
Yeah,
are at the parties.
Definitely.
So that's actually one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. Are all the parties and stuff. Something else we're looking forward to is on Friday. we have an exclusive interview with some developers
Oh yeah.
about the future of World of Warcraft, and we get to talk to them about that on Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So if you guys have any questions, not not only lore related, systems related, game related in total, put some comments down in Discord. We're gonna have a special Discord channel just for BlizzCon news and stuff like that. But also, if you're listening to this on YouTube, throw some comments down in the description, because we'd love to start compiling a list of what we want to ask in terms of all the juicy lore questions, but also questions about the game system and pet battles. But that's all we're going to ask, is just
Game system and pet battles.
Z's going to delete all of our notes and just put on all pet battle questions. Yep. And then on the spot, I'm going to have nothing to ask but pet battle questions.
Yep.
So guys, leave your comments in the description below, because we have that coming up on Friday at 4. We're actually going to be missing part of the What's Next panel for World of Warcraft while we're doing this interview. So we're going to be learning some exclusive information live, as you're all getting other exclusive information live too. So that'll be going up. We're going to be publishing that interview that night on the Friday on this channel. So we're going to be putting that out.
We've got the gear, we've got the technology, we are going to make it work.
Jeff has brought some amazing... Actually, I showed you guys some visuals not too long ago with questions and the way we have everything set up. So it's going to look good. It's going to both be you're going to learn a lot, but you're also going to see some really cool visuals as well. So we're looking forward to that.
Definitely.
We are... I think we're good. I think we're getting towards the end of the episode.
Well, something that you... about the interview that is unfortunate for you guys is that you might have some questions that you ask at the beginning of your question session.
Right.
That gets answered in the second half of the WoW What's Next panel.
Yes, that's true.
And you have no way of knowing that, because you are literally in there at the same time as it's happening. So that's one thing that's unfortunate.
That is.
But at the same time, it's pretty cool, because there's no way, like, no one else is before you, obviously. Like, you're one of the first slots, so...
We are.
You kind of have a yay and a nay at the same time.
If I ask about the Silver Moon Battlefront, and meanwhile Ian is on stage talking about Silver Moon Battlefronts, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Spoiler: I'm not interviewing Ian because he's probably going to be on stage.
And
but
we don't have a time machine, so we can't
go back in time. So we're going to try to have a multitude of questions, and we're actually going to try and have a way. Z's going to help us organize, kind of look at as questions are being answered at the WoW What's Next panel. We're going to be like, oh no, let's move on to the next one. Let's get some exclusive stuff, kind of thing, or expand on. Hey, it was just said down in the room below us that this is happening. Can you expand on that? So just as a fair warning, the time overlap is a little bit awkward there, but we're going to do our best to get some of the crazier questions out there, like we did last year. We got a lot of awesome questions. Shaney Edwards and Alex Frasiabi last year were so awesome to answer so many questions about Battle for Azeroth. Art-related, lore-related, things that...
Systems-related. I mean, like
systems.
about the trolls and them...
the
heritage... not the heritage armor, but like
the Druid models and
models and all that. Yeah, that's...
that was cool to learn.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to get some more information like that before the interview ends. So let us know what kind of questions you have. Battle for Azeroth. It's not classic. I'm sorry. There's nothing to do with classic. Don't ask us classic questions. That is not what our interview is about. So it has to be about Battle for Azeroth, or lore, or story, or game systems related to Battle for Azeroth. It wouldn't. In our interview, we wouldn't ask about class changes, or we wouldn't ask about the Azerite armor system.
Professions, that's all.
I want to say there's
good, but
other content creators who'd be better suited to that. For us, we would talk about pet battles and mount collecting and the future of island expeditions. I think is a cool potential in the future. Transmog is a huge thing. How transmedia is being presented in the game, kind of thing, with Warbringers and all that. So any of these kind of questions, throw them in the comments below. There's no guarantee we'll ask them, but we'll cipher through all of them. Before we end this podcast, because we're coming to a close, guys, I really, really want to talk about the special Hollow's End episode we got coming out. You guys saw, you better have seen, the trailer that we put out 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, last Friday.
So long ago.
It was, I can't remember.
The hype has been building for a long time.
It was Friday night, and this is a huge collaboration project. We have been working with many people. Should we drop some names?
Yeah,
we
let's
should.
do some name dropping.
Let's do some name dropping. So the song is actually going to be dropped by this is we're going to name drop right now. The song, obviously, it's a Lost Codex production, but we are working with Silver Latomi. For those of you who don't know, and you should, because she's one of the most well-known Warcraft community singers out there. Does a lot of parodies. She stepped up and is singing this. I'm trying to find a way without spoiling it. It's a folklore song about Hollow's End. It's a lore song about Hollow's End. It's not a funny sort of parody. It's supposed to be a song like Daughter of the Sea, like something you hear like in The Hobbit when the dwarves are singing. It's sort of a haunting melody that would be sung in Azeroth. And Silver Latomi is playing the role of a spooky tavern bard who will be singing the song. I do a little bit of narrating, but she steals the show. In terms of visuals, obviously, Sir Jeff over here. And for the first time in terms of actual collaboration
on the visual side,
the visual side, Sir Tompshire, a well-known machinima artist. Anyone in the Discord will know Sir Tomp, always posting in the art gallery. So shout out to Sir Tomp on that. In terms of written collaboration, the song was written and directed by myself, but Jay the Bard and Chandran in the Discord had a huge role in. Well, without them, I wouldn't have been able to come up with this, how the song is sung, the melody, and all that. So, Chandran, Jay, and myself came up with the song, and there's so many more names I want to keep dropping, but we're gonna wait till the episode's out, because we're gonna save some names. We got the main names out there, but there's a lot of names. There's the co-writers and the co-screen directions, and the one who made the melody itself in terms of playing the melody and the actual music. The project manager who helped everything going with the trailer.
You mean Taskmaster?
Taskmaster.
Zillions.
There's so much.
Who shall not be named.
We won't say her name. We have a lot of people on board on this project, and I'm really excited to get it out. It's one of those things, not to like toot our own horn, but we've been humming the song in the hotel room for days. Like Daughter of the Sea level of bad in terms of how catchy it is. I don't think Daughter of the Sea is bad, but I guarantee all of you.
In terms of getting it out of your head.
Getting it out of your head. It's one of those, like, would you call it, Jeff? An earworm?
Earworm, yeah. I think that's the term.
I don't like that word, earworm.
Don't have to say that again.
But it's like Daughter of the Sea, where you just can't stop humming the tune.
Or Misty Mountain.
Misty Mountains.
That's another one.
Reigns of Castamere.
Okay.
Anyway, along the field, so guys, I'm really excited. We're hoping to have this up. We don't have an exact release date, but like when I say soon, I don't mean like, oh yeah, like next week after BlizzCon. I'm talking like hours, tomorrow.
If you're watching this on YouTube,
it could already be out.
Probably out.
Stop watching right now and go watch it. Well, actually finish the podcast.
Finish watching for another minute and then watch.
And then go watch it. And let us know what you think. This is the first time we've done something like this, so this is
Really looking forward to see what you all think about this, both in terms of visuals and especially in terms of audio this time, because that's a lot more important.
This is an audio. Literally, this is an audio heavy song. So we're looking forward to seeing
an audio heavy song. You don't say.
An audio heavy Lost Codex episode, and if this does well, we're hoping maybe opens up some new avenues for projects like this in the future. So
definitely.
What I was going to say was, you guys have those kind of questions to ask of the audience. My kind of question to ask of the audience is this the kind of stuff that you like? Do you want to see more of it?
Let us know.
Kind of rephrasing what you just said, but, is this the kind of Lost Codex content that you like seeing? If so, say yes. I don't know.
If not, downvote the hell out of this video. Because remember, we are Taliesin and Evitel. No, we're not going to pull that. But if you like seeing the lore presented in a song, it's different, and I get not everyone likes music, so let us know. Like, be honest. Let us know what you thought of everything when it's out, which is we're days away.
Want to know the feedback, whatever it is, good or bad.
Just throw it at us. We can handle it.
But like we discussed at the very start of this episode,
there are ways to give feedback.
there are ways to give feedback.
This sucks. I hate pumpkins. Thank you, internet. Appreciate that, guys. This is the end of episode
28.
Holy shit, 28.
28.
We've been doing this for 28 episodes.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Jesse? This might be my first episode I'm live on Decoded, but I'd like to say I helped as episode 0 of Decoded.
You did. You helped
Yes.
get this off the ground. This was Z's Decoded itself as a concept was nurtured, and this is sprinkled. This is life sprinkling by Z. She helped get Decoded off the ground in terms of a weekly kind of content that we put out there. So thank you for helping us get, because people actually, I started going, we're going to have like 4 viewers. People are going to not really care about this. People like listening to this, and
people like listening to you talk. Stop saying, I have no idea why. Just go.
That was literally the next thing.
I know.
No idea why.
Can you tell that we've spent the last 4 days together?
We have. But Decoded episode 28, and by a week from now, we're going to have, before we leave California, we're going to do a post-BlizzCon in the Hilton somewhere with a special guest, maybe, probably not, who knows, episode 29, to talk about all the Junk Gnome and Pet Battle Gnomes. Gnomes?
Yes.
And Worgen updates.
The goblins are. We're not going to talk about the goblin updates because
No one cares about goblin updates. I do. I can't wait. Episode 29 next week after BlizzCon. I don't want to think about after BlizzCon.
Don't. Yep.
No, episode 29 is never coming.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. We're done. Thank you guys so much for listening. Jeff, thank you for being here. This is the first time we've been on stream together, sitting next to each other in the flesh.
in a Decoded.
In a Decoded
the
episode.
Last time we were together doing a stream was just a stream.
Yes, we did do a stream together, but we never did a Decoded. And of course, this is your first time premiering in person, in voice, and everything.
On video with you.
And on video with me as well.
Not the first time sitting on a couch with the two of you, though.
No.
That was the last 4 days.
Yeah, that's true. Guys, you too, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you're going to BlizzCon, we'll see you at BlizzCon.